Somebody jumped in the pool, big old cannonball, got everybody soaking wet, sitting at the tiki bar. Nobody cared, everyone was feeling fine. Summer's here, tiki time. We got margaritas, mojitos, we got mudslides too. We got a little bit of wine, and a whole lot of brew. Summer's here, tiki time. Little James Hunter playing on the stereo. Somebody at the tiki bar broke out dominoes. No sign of rain, clear sailing skies. Summer's here, tiki time. Summer's here, tiki time. Summer's here, tiki time.
Hey, Tiki Man Radio listeners. This is Marty Nickel coming to you from my beach shack, and I love listening to Coastal Confessions with B-Man and Michelle every Friday from 7 to 9 p.m. on the internet at Tiki Man Radio. We're live on YouTube at Tiki Man Radio. Got a confession? A song request? All you gotta do is let them know.
Look out, it's a space cadet, always arriving at Houston, over.
Roger, go ahead, Houston.
11, this is Houston. You are go for LOI, over.
Roger, go for LOI.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition. Liftoff. Liftoff. Liftoff.
Yes, liftoff here for Peak District. T-minus 1 minute. Liquid hydrogen tank is at flight pressure.
Houston, this is Crap Commander. We are zero gravity now, flying over Key West. Over.
Copy that, Crap Commander. You are cleared for the burn.
Roger that, Houston.
Crap Commander, you have permission at your discretion to switch channels over to Tiki Man Radio for the Coastal Confessions with B-Man and Michelle as you continue your burn towards the great unknown tonight. Houston, roger that. We'll be switching over to the free app as we monitor command comms. Over. Crap Commander, enjoy the show. We hear the show tonight is going where no radio show has gone before.
Houston, roger, we copy and we're standing by for your TD. This is Houston, over.
When I
Coming to you live from the Beachy Shell studio in Key West, Florida. You're listening to Coastal Confessions with B-Man and Michelle.
Coastal Confessions with B-Man and Michelle coming to you live from the Beachy Shell studios here at the Beachy Shell Hideaway in
Key West.
Key West, Florida. I hope everybody's having a good time tonight. If you could tell me what that last song was, that would be really cool.
It's from well, can you give me a hint?
No.
It's from a sci-fi
TV
sci-fi show.
It's from a sci-fi TV show.
And we're watching Star Trek
From the
Enterprise
60s.
on the TV.
It's not Star Trek.
It's not, but that's what we're watching on TV.
Yeah.
Enterprise.
Oh, I hope everybody's having a good Friday. We've been off for 2 weeks. Has it felt good, Michelle? Hey, let me get a camera
Yeah,
on.
we were very busy.
There's my beautiful mug, everybody. I've done some changing around here in the studio a little bit. Let me get Michelle over here. There she is. Oh, look at that.
He's got a new computer, but he hasn't set it up.
I haven't put the new computer together yet, but I did some moving around on the console here, so we're definitely trying to get everything situated. Let me do some shout-outs here. Let me go back on me here. There we go. Man, I look good at this new angle. Man, I'm really digging this. So, Bob Bitchin's on the night. Thank you for joining us. Tiki Man himself is listening to us from, God, he told me, and
From home?
he's at Longhorn Steakhouse, and I said, a steak sounds good, and he said they're having steak and a lobster. So we got Mo tuned in tonight. Mo, she said she was cooking something here. What was she? Grilled bacon cheeseburgers in North Carolina, having a side of McUltra. She's doing a McUltra, so there you go.
Green chili cheeseburgers. We haven't had those in a while.
We have not had a green chili cheeseburger in a while, so I'm going to have to get some of our good green chili out and lay it on there flat. I like it when it's the big flat.
Yeah.
You don't like it?
It slides off. And then, you get one piece and you have to eat the whole thing all at once.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
But then you don't have any left after that.
I like it that way.
I like it chopped. I like the chopped.
All right. Hey, the song before that was Spirit in the Sky by Norman Greenbaum.
Not the William Shatner.
No, not the William Shatner. I was thinking about doing that. Why did I play that? Because we just got done with the Conch Republic days here in Key West.
With the Conch Republic Aerospace Program.
The crap team, we did such a great job this year. I was so proud of all our team members.
I'm just getting caught up on my sleep.
810 members, everybody, that we have in our group. And I am so happy that we've got that many people and the cool things that we're doing.
You can join from anywhere.
Exactly. And what's happening this week?
This week.
Songwriters are in town.
The BMI Nashville.
Yes, the BMI Nashville stuff. So that's always an interesting
crowd.
Yeah, that's always a fun crowd. Actually, you and I went
last night, yeah.
Tell everybody where we went, Michelle.
I think we went.
Where'd we go?
The Pilar Social Club.
The Pilar
Hemingway,
Social Club.
whatever they call it.
Yes, we got to see Sean, the distiller down there, who is a good friend of ours. We got to see Tricia, who's one of the managers down there. So it was good seeing Tricia.
She got us in with the 25% off bracelet.
That's right. She got us the bracelets. So I felt like royalty when we walked in there. It's like I told everybody, I said, autographs over here. Michelle and I would go autographs. And then we saw Ed.
And what's his wife's name?
Joanne, I think's her name.
Joe? Ed and Joe?
I think I'm right. I'm terrible with names.
Parrot Head.
But they're with the Parrot Heads, so we got to see the two of them. Yeah. He was royalty himself, so it was good seeing him. So, yeah, songwriters are in town, lots of good stuff happening. And we got to meet a really cool guy last night, Kurt Stevens. And if you haven't heard of Kurt Stevens...
You probably heard his music on Radio Margaritaville.
Radio Margaritaville. Bigger Boat, I played on this station. I don't know if Danny plays it or not. I think he does, but... I have to ask him at some point why he's eating his steak and lobster. So let me see who else we got on here. Maureen says thunderstorms causing a bit of havoc. So we'll see how it goes. Well, you know what? Earlier this week we had some issues with our internet. So we are on the coconut internet, and you never know when it's going to work and not work. So. Cross your fingers that we get through this show tonight, but so far so good with everything. And what do you want to bring up tonight, Michelle?
I don't know. I got nothing. I'm just, like I said, I'm catching up.
You're like the Ed McMahon of this show.
Yes. You are correct, sir.
I love it when you do that stuff. So, hang on there. I got to do a soundbite, and I haven't done. So anyway, right there. We got Tafoy over here, my sidekick. We gotta come up with a name for you, like Tea Lady or something.
Wow.
No?
I'm already Michelle.
You are a Michelle, all right. So, but really, who am I?
Around here, I'm the supreme authority.
That's right.
Nobody tells me what to do.
Nobody tells me what to do. Mm-hmm. Except when we're off air, and then Michelle's giving me all kinds of stuff. So, anyway, it's a Friday night. We're glad to be back on the air. Lots of things happening down here in Key West. The one big thing you and I need to get ready for is when we go at the end of the month, we're heading up towards the Mouse Land. So we need to figure that out. And when we're going to do radio, while we're off the mainland.
We got to take the RV in tomorrow morning, don't we?
Yes.
I got to get up early.
You know, I could always put it off a couple days.
No.
But, yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. And we have a special guest in the audience tonight who's going to be joining us here in just a little bit. Hey, let's get a big old...
Special guests.
Wow, yes, we have special guests with us. And I think it's kind of cool.
He's going to play us a tune.
Jackson Turner and Joanne. So they're going to be joining us here in just a little bit. And I think what we need to do is get to some music because we have a lot going on for the show tonight.
Yeah, get him up here so he can play a tune.
We're going to get him up here. We're going to go through, find out what they're doing. I think he's even going to play us a song on the air.
That's what I said.
Did you
say
it
like last 2 or 3 times?
Did you really? Man.
You're thinking about what you're going to say instead of listening to what I was going to say.
Well, there's a lot going on. I got this here, I got this here, I got this here, I got those 3 up there.
You're not watching that.
I have to watch it, so I have to keep track of everything.
3 people on the TV screen.
No, I don't watch that. You know what? You have this Star Trek, this great big screen, and I don't even watch it. So. Vulcans and humans.
Star Trek.
Star Trek.
What is Star Trek?
What is Star Trek? Yeah, so. All right, everybody. B-Man and Michelle, we're going to get this show rolling here. I got so many mice in front of me, too, so good thing the cats aren't around. This guy we met last night, Kurt Stevens, what a really nice guy he is. He got some really good stuff. I love this song, and I recognize this right away. I'll tell you, his voice, you know, when you hear somebody's voice and you think, oh, I know that guy. You know what? You have this image, and it wasn't the image that I had. It was actually different. I was like, okay, he sounds...
He looked like a Navy guy.
On what? That just got off a boat or something. What'd you say?
Well, like the other Navy guys that were standing around the bar last night.
Yeah.
He looked like them.
I'm just...
No, I mean, they have that certain style of mustache and haircut.
But the way you said it last night was, he looks like a Navy guy that just...
No, I don't remember saying that last night.
Something. I don't know. You said something.
No, I said that about the other Navy guys. There was 3 Navy guys up front, and I was like, oh, those are Navy guys.
I don't know. I was drinking rum, so who knows. But anyway, we got Kurt Stevens coming up. I got a surprise Jimmy Buffett Cheeseburger in Paradise that came from Chattanooga. Listen to it. And then we're going to get right back to the show shortly with Jackson Turner and see if Joanne wants to come up here and join us as well. So we're going to have a little bit of fun, you guys. B-Man and Michelle's Coastal Confessions right here on Tiki Man Radio. Bigger Boat, Kurt Stevens.
Lately, I've been catching myself having daydreams about flying to the islands on my Gulf Stream and stepping on my 80-foot Viking. Yeah, I'd be golden out there floating with the Joneses. Got 6 lines out just trolling. Then I'd crack a Pacific Open. But I'm right where I wanna be. The sun's shining down on me. I'm on an old Boston whaler that's since 2001. 10 hurricanes later and that engine still runs. No, I wouldn't trade her for a bucket of gold, 'cause the grass is always greener and there's always a bigger boat. Yeah, you can bet I catch the same fish, same damn sunset. I'll be cruising out the same damn inlet. Only difference is I might get a little wet. 'Cause I'm on an old Boston whaler that's since 2001. 10 hurricanes since 2001. 10 hurricanes later, and that engine still runs. No, I wouldn't trade her for a bucket of gold, 'cause the grass is always greener, and there's always a bigger bowl. Yeah, there's always a bigger bowl. There's always a bigger bowl.
I'm getting hungry. And I know I'm in the city that invented the little tiny crystal cheeseburger. Hello. No, fingers, that's hungry. Hungry, not horny, hungry. Keep your mind on the food, will you, man? It's hard to get good help here, but we're going to send out for a giant sack of crystals, 3,000 of them, or 18,000, that's right. One order of chili for Utley. Any French fries? Anybody want French fries? How many Rolaids? Anybody got? We're going to serve them up right here. Cheeseburgers and Chattanooga Paradise. My carnivorous habit made it nearly 70 days. Losing weight without speed, eating sunflower seeds, drinking lots of carrot juice and soaking up a rain. Night I have these wonderful dreams, some kind of citrus tree. Not zucchini, fettuccine, bulgur beef, but a big waffle and a huge hunk of beef. Cheeseburger is paradise, heaven on earth with an onion slice. Not too particular, not too precise, and it's not cheeseburger in paradise. Heard about the old time tailor men, think about the same thing again and again. Warm their bread, they say can raise the dead. Reminds me of a menu at a holiday inn. With time change for sailors these days. When I'm at port, I get what I need. Not Havanas or bananas or daiquiri, but that American creation of which I feed. Cheeseburger is paradise. Medium rare and monster meat night. Heaven on earth with an onion slice. And it's a cheeseburger in paradise. Cheeseburger in paradise. Heaven on earth with an onion slice. Not too particular, not too precise. I just a cheeseburger in paradise. To me, a cheeseburger in paradise. I just a cheeseburger in paradise.
Key West is a brand new brew pub, and you're going to love what they have brewing on their
For a
menu.
while.
That's right, the Blast Beer Company's Southernmost Pint Brewpub, located at 522 Front Street in downtown Key West. Open 7 days a week from noon until 10 p.m. Offers handcrafted beer and made-to-order signature food dishes. On tap are 3 of their signature beers, the Southernmost Pint Golden Ale, the Save the Day IPA, and the Hazy Lady New England IPA, and many other tasty handcrafted beers brewed on-site right here in Key West. And if you're not a beer drinker, don't worry, as they have available on their menu wine and other adult beverages and booze-free drinks. While enjoying a pint or two, check out their amazing menu of small fare items made to order that include local favorites, guac and chips, and Mexican esquites street corn. And their delicious main course items, Caribbean chicken salad, and trade wind meatballs. Stop in and enjoy one of their tastings of 4 different beer offerings of your choice. Or just enjoy a pint or two while taking in the aromas of beer being brewed on site and relaxing inside their brew pub atmosphere. Better yet, soak up the wonderful Key West weather and enjoy one of their handcrafted beers while hanging out on their great outdoor patio with music videos, movies, and sports games. Come by and watch your favorite team play on the biggest screen around. That's Blast Beer Company, Southernmost Pint Brewpub, located at 522 Front Street here in Key West. Blast Beer Company, around since 1992, making beer 1 barrel at a time.
You know, here at Tiki Man Radio, we always encourage you to get out of your comfort zone. Try something different. Be bold, and no matter what you do. Let me tell you about the official rum company of Tiki Man Radio. Reef Rum is American-made with an offbeat blend, sweet and smoky for the wise and the rebel. It was created for bohemians and connoisseurs who tire of the same old thing. It's an eccentric blend of natural banana, orange, and coconut, balanced with a touch of smoky flavor. To find out where you can find Reef Rum, visit reefrum.com. That's REIFRUM.com. If you're looking to step out of your comfort zone, then Reef Rum is where you need to be. When you go to reefrum.com, make sure you use the code word Tiki Man to get free shipping on your first order. Reef Rum, the official rum of Tiki Man Radio. Smooth, smoky. It's time to get out of your comfort zone with Reef Rum.
Coming to you live from Beachy Shell Hideaway Studio in Key West, Florida. You're listening to Coastal Confessions with B-Man and Michelle. Now, back to the show.
It's another beautiful day here on the island. Hey, hang on 1 second, Michelle. Go.
What's going on?
Oh, well, we're going to bring Jackson Turner up here in just a second. I want to be a great big shout out to this past week. Key West Adventures were really supportive when we needed a golf cart for our parade, and I wanted to at least let them know that we appreciate their support, and I'm hoping that maybe come the time frame of our Songwriter Showcase that we get maybe something from them that me and Tiki Man and Michelle and Hippie Chick can ride around in and look important on this island. So we're going to get Jackson Turner up here in just a minute. I think he's in the kitchen over there doing something. And
his guitar.
He's got his guitar with him. We're going to try and get him to do a song. I want to talk about one of his songs that we got in here. Actually, I got 2 of his songs in here. So I think what I'm going to do is probably once he gets up here, we'll talk about him a little bit, what's going on. And then if Joanne, if she wants to come up here and sit with us and
where do you want him?
And hang out. I want him right here at this one.
Does he have enough room?
Let me get a camera here.
Make sure he's got enough room.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hang on 1 second.
All right, is that good?
Very cool.
There we go.
And I got. Well, first of all, I want to talk to you first before I get you to play anything.
Absolutely.
But I need you on that mic so they can hear you.
Let's do that.
You got to get right into that mic. So, and Jackson Turner, everybody. So you're out of Jacksonville,
Florida.
Very cool.
Born and raised there, actually, too. Yeah.
Very cool. So you're trop rock. What? Tell me about yourself. Tell the audience about you, who you are, the whole 9 yards. I want to hear it. And then, Joanne, if you want to come up and take Michelle's mic, too, you can do that, too. So don't hesitate. If you want to get in
Come
here.
on, Joey, get on up here if you want to. So,
Fact check him.
I was born in Jacksonville, Florida. Been there pretty much most of my life, except for, of course, what we talked about all the time in the military.
Yeah.
And I've been basically a beach bum since a young age. And eventually, our parents moved us from Jacksonville to over around Amelia Island, Fernandina Beach in Nassau County. And so around 13, I just fell into the surf life and just loved it, surfing all the time and being at the beach. And back then I was listening to, I think I was listening to a lot of trop rock music before it actually had a name. And that's kind of been my vibe, for many years.
Well, it's interesting. I don't know if you know this. before we moved down here, I mean, we were doing all kinds of events ourselves, playing music and stuff. We always called ourselves Trop Rock. But once we moved on this island, it was like we lost gigs because when we said, hey, we're Trop Rock, they're like, we don't like Trop Rock.
Right.
And I'm like, what? Well, it's Jimmy Buffett. We don't like Jimmy Buffett either. And it was really weird. It all happened after he died. They're like, oh, we like Jimmy Buffett now.
I'm glad you mentioned that because it's so... People don't know. In fact, when you tell them a lot of people say, what is Trop Rock? And I always tell them, well, it's like Jimmy Buffett on steroids because nowadays Trop Rock is really, it's country trop, it's reggae trop, it's rock and roll, it's blues, R&B, it's every genre, but we're all singing really about the same thing,
Well, and that's why, Tiki Man went, it's like we're coastal Americana when you really think about it. We're all of that mix.
Exactly.
And of course our radio station plays, more than just Trop Rock. We're beach country, we play some rock, we play some pop, so it's really kind of all of that, which, has been kind of fun. And of course for Michelle and I, when we kind of changed our genre, I just came up with it. We're nautical Americana.
Yeah, I like that. Nautical Americana duo.
So they went.
That's cool, yeah.
So I'd go around and people were like, "So what genre?" And I'm like, "Nautical Americana." Like, "Oh, that is so cool."
I like that a lot.
It's like there you go.
I just tell people, I say, if you haven't heard Trop Rock, it's very medicinal. It will change your life. I mean, if you listen to it for 3 days, you're going to laugh. You may cry a little bit, but you're going to have a good time, and you're going to just say, "Oh my God, why have I not been listening?" And it's so diverse. Like I say, it goes over all the genres, and we're all singing about downtime in the sun, recreation, retirement in some cases, and having a lot of fun.
See, I don't know. You as a songwriter, me as a songwriter, I kind of run into a wall sometimes because I get tired of singing about that beach.
Oh God, everybody does. Sand
in my shoe.
Yeah.
A palm tree. So it's really a lot of times I'm just trying to figure out what's that next song that I'm not boring people with the same. I'm sitting next to a tree. I got sand in my shorts, and
right. Maybe it's how maybe it's your deepest feeling and emotion about. Then the next song, how you're feeling about that sand and beach and sun.
Yeah, it's one of those things where us as Trop Rock musicians or songwriters, we have to get a little more creative, so we're not still singing about the same thing.
That's right.
I don't know. Do you run into that? Sometimes
all the time. And I'm trying to be more. I'm trying to appeal more to people's senses of what's coming. Because there's a lot going on out in the world right now, and a lot of negativity. And Trop Rock is positive. It's up there in positive. So I try to point people toward that and say, you just don't know what you're missing. This music is about camaraderie. It brings people together. It brings people together beyond playlists. Everybody nowadays has playlists. It's all about getting on a playlist to be famous. Can you get your song on a playlist? But Trop Rock, you can go to just about any Trop Rock radio station. I don't care who it is, and the music is great. It feels good. It changes you. It changes your attitude. And I just think if people listen to it more, I think that, we got hundreds of thousands of fans in Trop Rock, but we don't, and still the world doesn't really know about Trop Rock, although we have people all over the world listening. I think that's about the change, and I'm glad to be part of this.
Yeah, it's been a fun journey for us.
Absolutely. I've been watching you guys for 6 years and having a ball, man. I just love it, you guys.
It's funny when you got a hold of me and we were talking about Tuesday on the Island, and, really the concept before we left New Mexico, Michelle had made a comment, we should do like a show kind of, and I think Danny Hoy kind of gave you the inspiration of it. And, once we got here and it was tough getting gigs, you're new on the island, so you got to kind of like earn your spot of sorts. And that's Tuesday on the Island was born. For us, it was, let's just go someplace and play for an hour.
So Danny got you guys in?
Well, it's not so much Danny got us. I think it was more of the thought of we can play we can do like a small little, we're on the island, we're sitting someplace,
Am I on? Yeah, she used to, I noticed one time when she was playing like at Salty Angler, she would just put her phone up and record, and she'd just blast that out on Facebook or whatever she was showing it on.
Yeah.
And I thought that was cool. It's like, well, let's just do that, and let's just go play somewhere, and let's, cool places around the island and play half an hour, maybe 2 or 3 songs, whatever. And, just do that, since we don't really have gigs right now, but that way people hear our music, our original music.
We're still doing something. We're practicing. We're getting involved. And again, that's just kind of how it evolved to where, once we ran into the whiskey guy who got us playing in his tasting room, things kind of went a different direction for us. And it was kind of fun, especially during the pandemic. I mean, we never knew what we were going to get into when we got down to that little room, because it was more of he just would open the door, throw crap in there.
Well, during the pandemic, he was using it as a warehouse, kind of,
Yeah.
That's what happened to me, like during the COVID. I decided that I would go and stay with my mother. She's 80-something, and in that moment, I've been raising family all my life and everything, and working, and I was like pretty semi-retired. Then I thought, you know what? If I'm going to ever write a hit song, not be an artist, I never wanted to. I'm just a songwriter, I need to do it now. So I turned on trop rock. I hadn't listened to any tropical trop rock music for a year, nothing like that. I had no idea what was going on except for Jimmy Buffett. And I turned it on, and I listened for like 30 minutes. I said, all right, I got it. It's the same thing. It's always been. But now it's changed a little bit. And so I started writing, and I just hunkered down, and I wrote 10 songs, and I said, wow, I think I can do this. And so I produced myself. I went to California and played a few gigs, came back and went in the studio. I called Joe Downing, and I said, dude, who are you using to record with? He plugged me into his engineer in Ocala, and I made my first album, and then I haven't slowed down since.
You've been doing stuff with Jack Bowers, haven't you?
Yeah, Alan and I, Joanne and I went to see Jack. When did we go?
That was our second album.
Yeah. Get closer.
Get on that mic.
Well, exactly when that was, coming on 2 years now.
It's been about 2 years ago.
You wanted to release by March, and so I think
Yeah.
we gave ourselves a year to finish up the songs.
Actually, to be honest, the time I started watching you guys 6 years ago, Alan Jacks was, petitioning me every now and then, say, hey man, I can do drums and stuff, I said, I bet this guy's good. I was looking at all of his drums and stuff, and then I noticed, he's a trop rocker too, and he's backing up everybody. He's on everybody. I said,
he's
I got to
amazing.
get with this guy, but I've already hooked up with Nathan Smith right now, and I said, but finally I called Jax up and said, all right, let's do this, man. I want a drum album too. I want to rock out on this thing and just make some really good stuff, and that's how we got together.
He's an amazing musician. I mean, Alan, Jack Bowers, I mean, he's the coolest.
They worked really well together. It was fun watching. It was the first time I'd ever seen an actual recording. And what's it called? The South Mud Hut? Is that
he
what
calls
he
it
refers to it as?
I forget what he calls it. No, you're
Mud Cut Studios.
Yeah, Mud Cut Studios. Yeah.
There you go.
He calls it the Hit Hut.
The Hit Hut now.
He's got a lot of hits coming at her too. He's on a lot of people's albums, and he's a good pro. He's a very busy guy, and he called me up, and he got me a gig, and Matt said, hey, you want to do this gig in Miami? Yada, yada, yada. I said, oh, yeah. So we said, man, we're going to play in Miami. Let's just go on down to Key West, because we haven't been together, so that's why we're here.
So you were in Miami before you got down here. What kind of gig was it? Like a little house concert?
No, it was a private party.
Okay.
It was actually some dear friends of his, a 10-year wedding anniversary.
Okay, very cool.
We had a ball.
Very cool.
Had a great time. It was good, yeah.
Well, very cool. So I think the first song I got queued up, because I want to play one of your songs.
Absolutely.
And then we'll have come back, because I think you have a little surprise for us. I think you said earlier that you had a song you haven't released yet or something.
Yeah,
Was that what you're thinking about doing?
I'm still thinking. I'll never know what I'm going to play.
All right, well, that's cool. but this song, let me see, Another Day. Is that off? Was that your first?
Oh, my God, Another Day. Let me tell you about that song real quick. So that song, when I wrote that song, I heard this harmonica in the background. I kept hearing the harmonica, and finally I said, who am I going to get to play this? I said, oh, geez, I got to get Scott Nickerson. Scott Nickerson is like the biggest legend we have in the genre.
Yeah.
And so I called Scott up, and we worked it out, you know, and sent him the stuff. It all worked out. It's a long story. I'm not going into it, but Scott, he killed it on this song.
Well, Scott's a great guy.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think we were talking earlier, you know, we saw that Parrot Head movie.
Yeah.
It's a Scott Nickerson story.
I know it's a Scott Nickerson story.
I don't care if it's a Parrot Head thing. It's Scott Nickerson story.
There was Parrot Heads in that?
Yeah, I'm watching this, I'm like, wait a minute, this is about Scott Nickerson. And when I saw him, I'm like, dude, that movie's about you. He goes, yeah, I know, but, you know, I'm like, yeah, but you got robbed, man.
I know, right?
Go to the Scott Nickerson story.
I know, right?
That is so cool. Let me catch up on, see who's listening. We got Bob Cummings. Bob and Ann are out there tonight.
What's up, guys?
Hey, they're on our way up north to Coyote Woods. You guys got me through COVID, working from home. So, yeah, I mean, we heard a lot of stories about helping people during COVID, you know, and I'm glad that to me, that's the biggest thing I thought was really cool, that we could help people out. We got JoJo Fish out there.
Oh, yeah.
How you guys doing? Let me see. Make sure I hadn't... Let me see. They're talking about, okay, and then Maureen saying, hey, Bob. So, yeah, everybody's out. I'm loving the chat. Hey, if you guys are listening on YouTube, please go out there and hit those thumbs up. I see 0 so far. I see 0 thumbs up. You know the drill, everybody. Let's get some thumbs up on this. It tells YouTube that you really like the crap out of us, and I like as much as I like the crap out of all of you out there. So let's make sure we do that. And, of course, let me get the camera back on me. Conch Republic Aerospace Program. If you're not a member, you should be. We got 810, and we're growing like weeds, everybody. So I'll make sure that we get more and more people on there. I want to play Another Day. What album is this off of?
That's off of my second album, and it's called from the album Downtime in the Sun.
Okay, and I think the other one, too, I got in here, Downtime in the Sun. Yeah, so I've got both those off your second album.
Yeah.
So very cool, because I was quickly listening to everything. You know, the other day when I knew I was going to have you on, I'm like, all right, let me grab some really cool songs. And not that they're not all cool, don't get me wrong, but I'm just like, these two really, like, touched me. So yeah. I like that. Anyway, Another Day, Jackson Turner, and we'll be right back right after this song, everybody. I hope you enjoy this. B-Man Show on Tiki Man Radio. Jackson Turner, Another Day. That is I love the energy in that song.
I tell you what, that is a kick butt song. And when I wrote that, I had this harmonica in my head in the background and the kind of like Skinner guitar, you know.
Yeah.
So that's featuring, of course, Alan Jacks Bowers on the drums. He co-produced the album with me. And Dave Sines is taking up the bass on all, just kicking butt on the bass on every song.
He's an awesome artist. I love
Oh, man, I love Dave. And then the one and only Scott Nickerson on the harmonica just tearing it up, you know. That's a kick butt song.
Scott on
That's
that.
Nickerson, man, yeah.
God.
So that's Scott Nickerson. He said, you don't want me to play the drums? I said, no, man, why don't we get you on another song now? I want you to play that harmonica. I want you to blow it away. And he did. That was really good.
Oh, my God. No, that's a really good song. I got both your albums, and I'm listening to them, and, you know, I'm just like, for some reason, I gravitated to your newest one that came out because I really like those hits. Not that the other one was good too, but I'm just like, and I think when I played it, Joanne was like, I like that one, you know. And
Well, I
get on that mic when you talk.
I got to watch the creation of the second album. The first album, I was able to. He handed off that first album to me when we met, and I was going through some stuff, and he said, "Listen to track 6." And I took it to the beach the next day, and I listened to it all the way through. And it's true; it's very healing music.
Yeah.
So, but then the second album, I got to watch the whole process.
So is that when he met you and he's like, here?
Yeah, oh yeah, that was.
Oh,
he had a
you
kid.
want to tell him that story about how when I handed you the CD?
Oh God!
Let me tell you quickly. So I went back to see her on another night, and she was there, and I couldn't believe it. And she was there before anybody. This is an open mic. I went to an open mic. I sit down next to her, and we start talking. And I said, "Oh, this is good." I get up and go to the bathroom. Some other guy sits down and won't get up the whole night. And we're sitting at booths looking at each other all night. Anyway, finally, before I left, I saw him give her a CD or anyway, and when I gave her one of my CDs, I said, "You don't want to listen to that. Here, check this out."
Mine's better.
That's what he said.
You know, that's almost like a song right there.
I know this guy, too. He's a friend of mine. So. But that's how we initially got together.
See,
right there.
That's almost a song, you know?
Yeah.
When you could sit there and say, hey, this guy would not get the hell out of that seat, you know?
So I give her a CD, and what happened? I said, "Do you have a CD player?" What happened, Joey?
Oh gosh! When he handed it to me, I was like, "Well, that's great." And I'm driving home, and I'm thinking, "Well, I don't have a CD player," but I dug through. I save everything. I had one of those Walkmans.
Yeah.
That's how I listened to it the first time. Was on the beach with the Walkman. It was funny.
Oh man.
And I got a good report back from her.
Hang on, Michelle.
We're so old-fashioned, we have a record player.
Yeah.
Yes, we have the record player.
Nothing wrong with that.
Until I bump it, it goes. Oh my gosh. Well, that is so cool, though. I mean, you guys met that way, and although, you know, maybe I should.
She was going through some things in her life, and I was too. But I said track 6, and it's a song called "Girl, You've Got This." And
I listened to that one. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not really trop rock, but it's a great song, and I've got a lot of feedback from a lot of women about that song. So a lot of great feedback, and so I suggested she listen to it. And next thing I know, she was ooh ah ooh ah. All right.
You're his biggest fan.
Oh, definitely. I can't wait to hear what he's planning on playing, because whenever we do something, I'll be like, "What are you going to play?" He's like, well, sometimes he'll say what he thinks he's going to play,
Yeah.
but then he plays something completely different.
Hey, do y'all make set lists and stick to them?
He's
You know, I always make a set list, but I bounce around.
Yeah.
he's a bouncer too.
Look at the crowd and see what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, for me,
Whatever Michelle tells you to do.
Well, I mean, we just, she and I kind of go back and really. I'll look at her. I'm like, "What do you want to play?" She goes, "I don't know."
Whatever.
You know. So I mean, so me, I always do a set list, but then again, I'll waver from that. You know, I'll do something different.
Well, what's funny is when Jackson said he was going to play something, I said to him, "How about Another Day?" So I think it's really interesting that you picked that song, because I really like that song.
I didn't mess you up, did I?
No, not at all.
He's got another one in mind.
A friend of mine, you probably know Linda Robb.
I know Linda Robb. Yeah.
Yeah, Linda was. I was talking to Linda one time, and she's in a text, and I think she was referring me to like Johnny Russell and like another rocker in trop rock. And I'm trying to gear myself more to write more, I'm not going to say like Parrot Head music, but just more in that type of vibe as well, you know.
Yeah.
I haven't put a tin pan on either one of my albums yet, and it shows. So
I did one. It was Living Here in Key West.
I love that song.
And, you know, that song, I'm just, and I'm trying to think, John Beck, who's in Orlando.
Took you forever to finish.
Yeah, it took him a while to get, but we finally got it from him. And, oh, that's right. Yeah, it was me. It took me 3 years for that song.
Really?
Yeah, it was about 3 years, Michelle?
It was during the pandemic, and you hadn't finished it yet.
Yeah.
You talking about wake up every morning feeling born again?
Yeah.
That's a good line right there. I love that.
It took me a while, just because, I don't know, I kind of sat on it. And then finally I got off my rear end and did it. But, you know, between that, other songs were happening. So it's just,
isn't that strange how that happens?
Well, I wrote this song called Pour Me a Cold Margarita, which is on the Key West Bound. And I actually, the verse 3, I had it with Snooki. Remember Snooki? From
Oh yeah, Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And I had a line in there about Snooki, and then I just kind of like, I always said, I'm like, who the hell's going to remember Snooki? Now, interesting enough, she's coming back with other goofy stuff, but at the time I'm like, you know, and then Michelle always said, you know what, Jimmy Buffett wrote a lot of timely songs, you know, lyrics that, you know, a Darvin.
Right.
What the hell's a Darvin? You know, it's an aspirin, but most people are like, I don't know what a Darvin is, you know, and so many other, Darvon, and so many other different, you know, lyric structures that, you know, it worked at the time for them, but
right,
you know,
I hear those commonalities, those things that are dated to in songs still nowadays. It doesn't work anymore, but you know.
Well, it's funny because I sang "Pour Me a Cold Margarita." Somebody asked for it. I think it was one of the Tuesday on the Islands, and you know, I hadn't played it in a while. But then as I'm playing it and I'm listening to my own lyrics, I'm thinking, damn, this song still works in today, you know.
Right.
Politicians try to rule the world, you know, with their crazy half-baked schemes. I'm like, man, that never changes. You know, it's
unreal.
It was kind of fun, you know, listening to that, because sometimes, you know, you write it, but you play it so much and you don't think about it or listen to it, and then, you know, when I haven't played it in a while and I'm listening to it, and I'm like, oh well. You know, so it's just one of those things. So let me catch up. Let me see who is listening in. Michelle Myers, the ambassador, is on tonight. How you doing, Michelle Myers? Thank you for tuning in. We so appreciate it. For those just tuning in, we have Joanne tuned in with us tonight, and
Hello.
Jackson Turner, who is a singer-songwriter doing all of his really cool songs. And you got like you just have 2 albums, right?
2 albums. And by the way, Joanne's the cover girl on my last album.
I noticed that.
And my manager.
I'm working on that one.
I get it. I so get it. So are you going to play us a song?
If you'd like, I'd love to.
I would love to do that. I got you turned up all the way so people can hear.
All right.
We'll
We're just
do
going
that.
to do it live Memorex, you know, right here.
Well,
Unplugging, nothing plugged in.
We're going to do our best. 'Cause
Unplugged.
I didn't really set up for it. I would have set up for it, but I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, I'll try not to mess it up too bad. But I just want to let you know that this is not off my first album, and it's not off my second album. This has not been published. This is a song that's pretty much never been heard in public.
Okay.
And I want to tell you about the song first.
Okay.
So.
And I'm listening. I'm just checking everything.
Before I met Joanne, I was, you know, like I said, in COVID, I was sticking to myself and all, divorced. I didn't think I ever want to be in another relationship, and said so, pretty much. I was actually in a duo with another woman, and we were called Atomic Bacon.
Atomic Bacon.
And we were like the hottest duo in Jacksonville. We were playing everything. Fleetwood Mac, you name it, all the covers and all that, you know, me and her.
You guys are sizzling.
And she's a bad guitar player, too, on top of it, you know. So that was great. And she was the lead singer, and I sing backup and all that. Well, anyway, but she was always trying to hook me up. I said, I don't want to get involved with nobody no more. I'm tired. I've had enough. I just want to do music. I'm writing. You know, but anyway, so, and then she said, yeah, but I know this sweet girl named Joanne. And I thought, oh, my God. Well, then I saw Joanne. I thought, oh, well. And, you know, one thing. Well, anyway, Joanne and I finally got together, and she quickly found out that not only had I kind of been off the grid, but she looked me over and said, well, we just need to rebuild you. You need to get your teeth fixed. You need to get your knee problem redone, your hernia, your sinus problem. What else? Oh, my God.
Yeah. You had a few things going on.
Oh.
Needed attention.
The whole time. I've been overhauled. She said I'm a fixer-upper. So that inspired me, Michelle, to write this song. This is called Back on the Grid.
And every word of it is true. It actually happened. And there's even more verses he could have written, but...
Then she started having me going to yoga and drinking kombucha and cardiology. Oh my God.
I like that stuff. I think it's good.
I like it.
She's got me doing yoga.
So this is called Back on the Grid, and I hope you guys out there enjoy this. And it may be on my next album, but I might do like B-Man and Michelle and just start releasing singles. Okay?
Singles are the way to go.
So this is Back on the Grid. Never heard before. Here we go on Tiki Man Radio. I hope you enjoy this. Said I need to get my teeth fixed. Do you understand my meaning? Oh, but there in the chair unaware I got a deep laser cleaning. It was just something I did that got me back on the grid. She said I signed on to the Facebook, but I could not find your profile. So I posted my face back into the rat race with a big happy smile. It was just something I did that got me back on the grid. Now I'm back on the grid. She wasn't happy with the way I lived. She wasn't happy with the things that I did or the way that I let myself go. Now I'm back on the grid. She got me acting like a big old kid. I'm rethinking all the things that I did. Might as well go right back on the grid. Got you back on the grid. And now I'm back on the grid. Now she's happy with the way I live. She was not happy with the things that I did or the way that I let myself go. Now I'm back on the grid. She's got me acting like a big old kid. I'm rethinking all the things that I did. Might as well go back on the grid. I'm rethinking all the things that I did. Might as well go I'm back on the grid. Hey!
Man, that was freaking awesome. That
Thanks,
was
man.
so cool.
First time.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And it was funny because we got some people out here going, Michelle Myers, oh my God, I love it. We all just need to rebuild you. Bob Hitchin, great song.
All right, bring your toolbox. Come on.
Well, there you go. I think the moral of the story here is she needs to help you in coming up with some more song ideas. She did a great job.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, those songs on that second album,
Yeah.
Starlight Falling Down, my goodness, there's some Caught Up in You. A lot of love songs. And, you know, it was so good because at this wedding we just played, had all these love songs to play, so it worked out great, you know.
That is so cool. Great song. I really like that.
Thank you so much.
And I'm glad you broke a string on our show. That means
Me too, man.
That is like the bomb right there. You know, when you get
Did Mike Nash break a string when he played here?
He did. When we had Mike Nash here.
Mike who?
Mike
I'm
Nash.
kidding.
Yeah. Yeah. Mike who?
Mike broke a string. That's a good deal.
Yeah, he was on the show and he did Tuesday on the Island, and I got him to be able to do a song with us, and he's like, "Thank."
No, he didn't play that song. He played one of his songs, but it was on our Tuesday on the Island show.
Yeah, so very cool. Oh my God, no, that was a really good song.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
And Brian's had his teeth redid too.
Yeah, I had to have mine redone. It's like a long story with that. So, great job. Great job.
I love it. He looks at her as a great job.
Well,
you are so right.
It takes a village. It does.
Well, it does. I mean, this woman here has picked me up and dusted me off, you know, after my 20-year first marriage. And, you know, I think when she met me, I only had, one pair of sneakers and
2 pairs of jeans.
2 pairs of jeans, and they had holes in them. So,
I can beat all that, I say. Oh, gosh. She really, came in, out of nowhere and just rescued me. I didn't know I needed rescue until she told me.
Well, you know, sometimes, you know, you just need that, you know, just good swift kick in the pants to wake up and go, wow, I guess I got to do better, you know. So that was an awesome song. I'm glad you played that. Thank you so very much. And I love the finger pattern in there too. Just it sounded very mariachi.
I know, right? I love that mariachi thing. I started off my first album like that. In fact, the first song I wrote was called the album title for my first album, Trop Rock Kind of Nation. I wrote that song first, and then I talked to Tom Shepard one time on the phone, and it was during COVID. Yeah. And I told him, I said, okay, look, I'm going to go to Nashville. I'm in the songwriter competition, and I'm going to play this song and all. You got any advice? He said, yeah, don't suck.
Yeah, that's Tom.
Okay, that's good advice.
That is Tom.
But, I mean, I kept that with me. I thought, wow, that's good advice. That's really, if you think about it.
Well, you know, it's the simplest advice when you think about it. You know, it's like, what's the one thing I should do? Don't suck. Yeah, that's a song right there.
I know. Right?
What's the best advice you ever got? Don't suck.
Don't suck. Yeah.
You know, think about that. You know, it's funny more because, you know, as I get older and certain things, you know, when you see something and it captures me more. It's like, that's a song. You know, oh my God, there you go. And I never used to think like that, you know, back in the day. But I think my mind goes 100 miles an hour anyway, and I overlook so many things. So I think as I'm getting older and slowing down a little bit, I'm like, that's got to be a song right there or something. So good job, man. I really make that a single.
Yeah, I got quite a few new songs, and oh my God, I don't know if you're like me, but if I get an idea, I'm like, I'll pull out my phone and I'll just start trying to sound like a guitar and singing, you know, and all. And sometimes I go back, I got hundreds of them, and I'll go back and say, ooh, that's not bad, you know. I came up with that, you know. I mean, I don't know, you know, but if I don't, I'll never remember it.
Well,
I never remember it.
Sometimes we need that kick in the pants. And I was talking about earlier that, you know, pour me a cold margarita. And I had shelved that. I just the Schnooky thing, and I just put it away. Mm-hmm. And my co-writer back in Albuquerque, Colin, had called me up one day, and he says, you got to finish that damn song. He says, because my daughter, he goes, we went to parent-teacher conference, and one of the comments, she's in kindergarten or first grade, I can't remember, but the teacher goes, for some reason your daughter comes in here singing Pour Me a Cold Margarita.
That's funny.
And I'm like,
oh my goodness.
Oh my God. And he goes, we got to finish that song. You know, that if my daughter's singing it in school, you know, we've got to finish it. And I pulled it out and came up with some other, you know, another verse structure with it. But yeah, it's just taking those darn old songs or coming up with, you know, something. And I'm bad for that when it comes to shelving something for a while and walking away from it. And I'm also the type that I personally don't like cutting the song without playing it to the audience a number of times just to kind of get. Yeah, Mike Nash. And Mike Nash and I got talking about that. Mike Nash made the comment that he goes, I don't initially release a new song right away. He says, I play it to the audience to kind of gauge how they accept it. You know, and if I see kind of like a scrunch in somebody's face or, you know, just a reaction, he goes, maybe there's something I'm missing, and then I'll go back to that song. And I've done that. Before I talked to him, I was doing that. And then once he and I talked, I'm like, I kind of do that too. And it's just kind of, you know,
it's, you know,
tricks of the trade, I guess.
I have found that,
Come with that, Mike.
I have realized and found that most people, really in any genre, the music is, you know, okay, you know, the music is I love the music. Yeah, I'm going to tell you what, I didn't even hardly know the lyrics to anything until, you know, oh my God, I was like late 20s. I was just all into the music.
Yeah.
I was just like, I pretend like I knew the words, you know. And then I started getting into the lyrics. And really, it's all about the lyrics. It's about the lyrics more than anything. That's what really drives people, because it's how it emotionally touches them, what they hear the person saying. I mean, they like the music, and a lot of people, oh, this music is good, but it's really about, oh, listen to these words. You know, it's about the words, really.
So this next song did Downtime in the Sun.
Downtime in the Sun is, I wrote that because, like I say, surfing and it's spiritual to me, and I'm a believer in God, and I get, when I go to the beach, you know, I'm real close to God, and it's just so moving, everything, and so Downtime in the Sun is there's some messages in Downtime in the Sun, and like I say, I don't consider myself religious, but I am very spiritual. Yeah. And I believe in God, the Word of God and stuff. But anyway, a lot of my music is about that. It's about the spirituality of life and the good things in life, the good things in people, and trying to overlook all the bad and just, you know, make the best out of it.
Especially
and be
nowadays.
grateful for what you have, you know, and try to stay positive. And
yeah, especially nowadays. My
Absolutely.
God, you know, it's like sometimes you wake up in the morning, you're like, I don't know if I want to face this day, you know, with all the craziness going on, you know, and so I get that. I want to turn real quick to see who's online. Okay, I'm enjoying the fact that, you know, everybody's chit-chatting amongst themselves out there. Bob Bitchin says, great song. Again, Michelle Myers, oh my God, I love this. So yeah, I'm glad everybody's having a good time with this tonight. Michelle was laughing. She said, Atomic Bacon. Any CDs from that? You guys ever cut anything?
No.
Or you guys are just like...
We were just a cover band.
Very cool.
Cover duo.
Well, I want to get to this next song, and then I want to play... I want to catch up on a few other things, and then... Stick around if you want.
Yeah.
If you're not in a hurry or anything, but we're going to play some more songs.
Play another song. We'll hang out.
What, Michelle? Oh, yeah, we got dessert. So we're going to have a chance to cut some of that dessert up that Joanne brought, because that really looks really
I've got
really
to go freshen up my
Yeah, well,
beverage.
so do I. You're not the only one. So we're going to play Jackson Turner's Downtime in the Sun, a little bit more music. We're going to come back, and we'll talk more with Jackson and figure out what the heck is going on. I've got to get to some... We got Bill and Ann Abbott's. They've got their drinking songs for the week, so we're going to get to that. So a lot of music coming up as we transition into the other part of the show, guys. Thank you guys so very much. B-Man and Michelle's Coastal Confessions right here on Tiki Man Radio. Jackson Turner, Downtime in the Sun, everybody. Hope you're having fun. I'm having a blast. I hope you're enjoying your meal there, Danny and Lynn.
a place I go for just one reason. It don't matter which four seasons, no, 'cause I'm always there. Now with a shell in my hand as I walk through the sand in the day or the night of this promised land by the sea and the salty air. Now we're a tie-dye sky, can make you cry when it rolls up slow and it gets you high again. When you feel the sun, yeah, it's like heaven on earth when it presses down on your soul and lifts you up high off the ground, yeah. And you feel the sun. There can only be one reason you ain't having any fun. It don't matter which four seasons, no, no. You need some downtime in the sun. Seasons, no, 'cause he's always there. So put your hand in the hand of the man from the promised land of the sun and the sea and the sand, yeah, and the salty air. Now we're a tie-dye sky, make you cry when it rolls up slow and it gets you high again and again. Sun. Yeah, yeah, it's like heaven on earth when it presses down on your soul and lifts you up high off the ground, yeah. And you feel the sun. There can only be one reason that you ain't having any fun. It don't matter which four seasons, no, no. You need some downtime in the sun, yeah.
Hey everybody, join us for Sunday Mornings with the Tiki Man starting at 10 a.m. Eastern Island Time right here on Tiki Man Radio every Sunday. Come over and be part of the show. We'll be streaming live on the Cammy's Grammy Live Cam on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe, like the video, and get into the chat and be a part of the show. That's Sunday Mornings with the Tiki Man starting at 10 a.m. Eastern Island Time right here on Tiki Man Radio, your coastal Americana radio station.
Maybe I need to leave this all behind. Maybe my ear's been in a shell too long, calling out my name in a beautiful song. Maybe it's my soul needing to get away. Maybe it's been all work and no play. Maybe I've been waiting for some kind of sign, 'cause my heart's ticking on island time. It's someone say rum? I could have sworn I heard it. Rum, 'cause that's a magic word. If you wanna get me out of here, it ain't gonna be with a beer. It's the captain or the kraken that just so happens gets my party started when I want one. Did someone say rum? Did someone say cross some latitude lines? Maybe I need just a little taste of salt water splashing on my face. Did someone say rum? I could have sworn I heard it. Rum, 'cause that's the magic word. If you wanna get me out of here, it ain't gonna be with a beer. It's the captain or the kraken that just so happened gets my party started when I want one. Did someone say rum? Did someone say rum? Will I be better off down where there's sand in my toes and salt in the air? Now the only question that I got, are we mixing it up or taking some shot? Did someone say rum? I could have sworn I heard it. Rum, 'cause that's a magic word. If you wanna get me out of here, it ain't gonna be with a beer. It's the captain or the kraken that just so happens gets my party started when I want one. Did someone say rum? Did someone say rum? I thought I heard rum. Well, it's the captain, it's the kraken. Did someone say rum? I guess I'll make my rounds to the Leeward Lounge and I'll have some rum.
Hey, listen up. You're going to want to go get your adult beverage because coming up is 2 songs to drink to with Bill and Ann Abbott of the Amateur Adventurers Club, only on B-Man and Michelle's Coastal Confessions. Tiki Man Radio, your coastal Americana radio station.
When I get high, you don't want me around. I'm banned from every Hooters bar in town. I'm an SOB when I get really pissed. Got my butt kicked out of better places than this. But when they cut you off at Nippers, man, you're really drunk. When Johnny rolls you down the hill while you heave and chunt, you get run over by a golf cart and your rental boat is sunk. When they cut you off at Nippers, man, you're really drunk. At the office party just last New Year's Eve, my boss kindly asked me if I would leave. Every bar and lounge and honky-tonk saloon, keep me out if there is a full moon. At the AA meeting, I've been dismissed. At Pete's Pub, I'm on his blacklist. Seems no one loves me anymore except the girl at the AK liquor store. When they cut you off at Nippers, man, you're really drunk. Hey, Troy, slip me one on the side, would you? Donna, could I have my golf cart keys back, please?
Alone at a table for two, I said now's the time to make my move. So I got me a beer and I bought her a sex on the beach. She saw that umbrella stuck in the glass. That chunk of pineapple made her laugh. She took the beer from my hand and said, thank you, man. I didn't take her for the long neck kind. She said, boy, have you lost your mind? Hell yeah, I like beer. It gets me grinning from ear to ear. Not just every now and then. I'm talking 365 days a year. I can do it around the clock. I don't like it just a little who, I like it a lot, even hot. Hell yeah, I like beer. Ooh, I love it. Yeah, it's good for your heart, it's good for your mind. It's good for getting through a lonely old night. Everybody knows you shouldn't drink too much. So why does it always seem like there's never enough? Hell yeah, I like beer. It gets me grinning from ear to ear. Not just every now and then. I'm talking 365 days a year. I can do it around the clock. I don't like it just a little, oh, I like it a lot, even hot. Hell yeah, I like beer. Everybody now, come on. Hell yeah, I like beer. It gets me grinning from ear to ear. Not just every now and then. I'm talking 365 days a year. I can do it around the clock. I
listening to Tiki Man Radio, TikiManRadio.com, your coastal Americana radio station. Come over and chillax and relax. Everything's going to be okay. Here at Tiki Man Radio, we love shout-outs from our artists and our listeners from all over the world. You ever wondered how you do that? Well, if you have the free Tiki Man Radio app, all you have to do is click on the little menu and go down to where it says shout-out. You can record a short shout-out. When you're done, you just send it straight to us. You have about 15, 16 seconds to do it. Here's a couple of pointers. Make sure you don't have your TV on or your radio. Make sure you're in a quiet space if you can. And always tell us who you are, where you're from, and mention you're listening to Tiki Man Radio. It's as simple as that. You want to hear your name on the radio? Send us a shout out and we'll put it in the radio station for you. Keep listening to Tiki Man Radio, your coastal Americana radio station, and give us a shout out.
Hey, this is Beth from Nailtini. Do you ever feel like getting your nails and hair done before vacation is a chore? Why not enhance your vacay experience by visiting us at Nailtini, 817 Duval. Our perfect petties will make your feet look fabulous in those flip-flops. Or maybe you want a beautiful blow-dry and style for your night on the town. Men's haircuts, facials, and waxing? We do that too. We live up to our name and serve you a martini or a drink of your choice during your service. Now, back to Tiki Man Radio, your coastal Americana radio.
Yeah, B-Man and Michelle's Coast Confessions right here on Tiki Man Radio, coming to you live from the Beachy Shell Studios here at the Beachy Shell Hideaway in Key West. How you doing over there, Michelle?
I'm good.
You're doing good? Hang on a minute here. Let me get my ear thingies back in. How you doing, Michelle?
I'm good.
Oh, I can hear you. You sound really
You couldn't
good.
hear me without your...
Well, I could hear you through the other speaker, but... so.
It's like I'm 3 feet away from you.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Please save your questions until I'm through.
That wasn't a question.
So there you go. That's the only button I could think about hitting. Hey, I appreciate everybody who's online tonight. Thank you very much for saying hi. Make sure you hit those thumbs up. I haven't seen anybody hit thumbs up yet. So
Who's thumbs upping it?
who's not thumb up at me?
Thumbs.
Thumbs. I want to see your thumb, everybody. Let me see. We had Jackson Turner with that Downtime in the Sun. I really enjoyed that one. Of course, we had Jeff Randall. Did someone say rum? Because that's what we're drinking tonight. We're going to talk about that in a minute because...
got a story.
Yes, because Jackson and Joanne brought some rum tonight.
Some fancy rum.
So we need to talk about that. And, of course, when they cut you off at the Nippers... That's Barefoot Man, and of course, Hell Yeah, I Like Beer, Kevin Fowler. Those were the Bill Abbott songs this week for drinking. So what are you drinking, everybody? I know Michelle Myers had sent... Actually, Michelle sent me... Well, it's on my other phone. I'm using my other phone here, but she sent me a message.
Your other phone.
Thank you, Mo. She said there's 7 out there. For some reason, mine hasn't updated on here. It just shows 0, so... Thank you very much. I appreciate everybody. Joe Rich is out there. Thank you, Joe Rich. He gave me a thumbs up. I appreciate that. Yeah, I may need to refresh. Thank you, Mo. I appreciate that. So good having you on here. Normally you're at some ball game or something, but tonight you're cooking burgers in North Carolina, and I love it. So, yeah, we're going to get Jackson Turner back over here. We're going to get Joanne back over here. And now we have 8 thumbs up. I love you guys. I appreciate it. Come on back over here, guys. Come and join.
All I got is my arm over here.
Join the show, huh?
My arm.
What about your arm?
That's all we got.
Oh, yeah, well, let's see. I got that camera on because it's mainly right here on me. But let's get that one right there. I think, yes, we're back on that one. So, fantastic. And let me see here. I am going to adjust the camera. Hang on a minute.
Hola.
Hola. Hello. We got Joanne in there. We got Jackson, and there's Michelle. And, of course, if you want to see me, hello. And if you want to see the back of everybody's head, there you go. I got that one right there behind us on the TV. So I need to kind of rewire and put something over here at some point. I've just been lazy. I haven't even got the new computer up and running yet. So I want to know about your guys' rum you brought tonight.
Well, it's funny you should ask.
Let me go get the bottle.
All right, Michelle's going to get the bottle.
I've performed in the Riverfest, Trop Rock Riverfest in Jacksonville the last couple of years. And the last year, that's put on by Sail and Song Productions.
Brian Burns,
yes. And Dave Signs, and they got their radio station, of course, Dockside Live. And so they have this Riverfest. And this year, they got a huge lineup, by the way. If you haven't got your tickets to Riverfest in Jacksonville this year, you need to get those tickets because they're going quick. And they got a lot of people playing this year. And so I played in the last couple ones. This year, I said, you know what, yeah. But I'm in the songwriters round at the end. But so we're part of the Riverfest is you start off at the distillery called Four Fathers in downtown Jacksonville, out on the edges of downtown.
Four Fathers.
Four Fathers.
Okay.
And a guy named Tim.
So let me ask the question: is it like the number 4
F-O-U-R.
or your forefathers?
Well, Forefathers.
It means
It's a play
forefathers.
on words.
Okay.
Will you explain that to him?
Double.
Okay.
Thank you.
So anyway, he also
smart man.
I know. Well, you're getting there, bud. Me and you both. We got these. Okay. So anyway, he's got a couple sons, and they got distilleries as well out in Montana, Wyoming, somewhere. The key thing here is Tim worked a few miles away down at the main Bacardi plant in Jacksonville for 12 years, and he is like the head distiller and booze maker there. So Brian tells me, okay, Jesse Rice is coming this year. I said, oh, so you're having two Bacardiologists playing together in the same building? Because this is an actual Bacardiologist. I said, we need to get them together with a photo shoot and all. So, well, anyway, Tim gave us this bottle that he makes, and this stuff is so good. This is the best rum I ever had.
Limitada.
Yeah, it is really good. And it was supposed to be very expensive too, but they made a slight error on the printing, one little letter, I think. So they, there was they couldn't ship the batch, and so he gave me this rum. He gave me about 3 bottles of this rum, and I wanted you guys to have one.
Oh my God, this is really good. I'm trying to see where is the mess up on the bottom.
You can't find. We can't find it.
Yeah. How do you spell barrel?
Barrell, right?
Ah, there it is. It's missing an L.
Is it missing now? Is Barrel Springs 2 or 1? I'm sorry, I was wrong.
That's not it.
Right. We live on Barrel Springs Road, and I'm wrong. I can't even spell my own road right. So don't ask me.
Maybe have you been sampling?
Divulging?
Limitada?
Yeah, but I can't.
Hey, I have a few of them. I see 3 L's. That's how you spell barrel.
Maybe that's why the greenhouse has 3 E's.
I know the greenhouse has 3 E's. Well, we tasted it. It's really smooth. So thank you.
It.
Oh my God, that is really good.
Stuff, yeah. So I'm playing again this year in the festival, and like I said, they got oh my God, I don't think I can name everybody, but a lot of people playing, about 12 different artists maybe, and I'm playing the final day in the songwriters round.
Okay.
With Johnny Rustler and Dave Signs, the 3 of us. And by the time that happens, there may be more. We got Phoenix Mendoza's coming, right? There's quite a few. I don't want to sit here and try to name them, but there's a lot of people that's playing.
Well, I don't know why we haven't got you in the Tiki Man Radio Songwriter Showcase that we do down here in Key West.
I know, here I am.
I mean,
I would love to.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure something. This year so far we're full, but I do get every now and then an occasional somebody who drops out, and then we can but back in the day when it first started, we'd have anywhere between 50 to 60 artists, and we would run them about every 20-25 minutes on the stage.
20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, that was, when we first started off, it was pretty darn good, but it got to be too much, just to manage that many artists, and so
now we're down to every hour we change out.
Yeah, every
you have
50
minutes and then 10 minutes to change over. 50 minutes to change over.
And we've graduated to paying our artists, so our artists get a little money in the bank for doing their thing. But yeah, I'll keep you posted on that, because
absolutely, I'd love to be part of that.
Because right now I got 1 slot left, and I'm waiting on a musician to say yay or nay.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but yeah, this year we've got I've got Jeff Dayton coming in. Jeff Randall's coming in. We had Jeff Randall last year, but he needed new tires because he got a flat on the way here and missed his gig.
Not just ours, but like other gigs too.
Yeah, yes.
When,
and then
when is it, Brian? When is
it? Is October 30th, October 31st, and November 1st this year. So we usually do kind of like
right after Fantasy Fest.
Yeah, so it's right after Fantasy Fest, and it used to be during.
It's when MOTM used to be.
Yeah.
Between Fantasy Fest and the boat races.
That would be good because I'm kind of getting things in the work here now. It'd be good to put it all together and come down. That'd be nice, you know.
Well, the one thing we do, we have the Loft, which is a Friday night show that we do that.
Well, it's all nights, but we have a Friday night free right now.
Yeah, and I'll give you all of the details on that later after the show. And if something that
Give
appeals
the
to
deets.
you, yeah, I'll give you the details on it. And
Deets.
You know, it's always
the
an
young people
interesting
say.
thing because we let the artists. But I'll give you all the details after the show. You know, if that's something
He's
that
not
might
catching on.
interest you. But what'd you say?
You're not catching on.
I heard.
The deets.
I heard. Jeez. I'm trying to be serious for
we
once
got
in my
so
life
much
over
What's
here.
wrong?
You and
That's
me.
not serious.
Oh my God, Michelle.
You know something? No soup for you!
No soup for you.
Have
Good
pizza.
one. You can just get pizza and that fabulous dessert you brought. So, man, that was really good. So, yeah, well, I'll talk to you more about it after the show
Right,
and
right.
let you know what we're doing with it. But, yeah, so who else is tuned in tonight? We still got a lot of people out there, so I appreciate it. I completely lost my train of thought on what we were talking about. I don't know.
Time for a song.
We were talking. Somebody want to know what all adult beverages we were drinking,
Oh,
but
yeah.
we talked about that. I think.
We talked about rum.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for bringing that. And I'm going to figure this out. I'm like, what is wrong with why they didn't?
I don't think it's on there. I think it's on
For
this.
some reason, barrel just doesn't look right to me.
You're gonna. You got something to do now. Trying to find. Let me know when you find out what it is.
You know, I'm curious about that kind of stuff. So, but no, I appreciate you bringing that. Thank you very much. And what else is on the horizon with you? Oh, I wanted to ask you, where can people get your music?
Oh gosh, basically everywhere. You know, Spotify, Apple, you name it. I'm out there. I got 2 albums. Jackson Turner.
Okay.
There you go.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
And you got a new single coming out at some point with the one you played?
Well, maybe. I don't know. Yeah.
I'm going to encourage you to do a single on that one. I think that's pretty damn good.
You know, to be honest, I wanted to put that song on this last album. And you know what happened? My mother was at our house, and we was kind of providing a little caregiving at the time. I think new dentures or whatever. But so she was there a couple of weeks. Well, I'm sitting around. This is before we went down and recorded with Jax at Mudcut in South Florida. And I'm just like, all right, guys, I don't know what songs to put on this. I got all these songs. I got it nailed down, but I got 2 more songs I got to put on. So I want y'all to help me. Well, they voted against me. There's one song on the album. It's not trop rock at all. Let me tell you, it's called "The Bubble," but it's a great song. But my mother and my better half, they voted against me, so that's why that song is on there.
In all fairness, it was really putting us on the spot, and we were both kind of we like all of his songs. So to decide which one would get cut, it wasn't easy. You probably have the same thing, you know. It's like you like all of the songs,
Yeah.
and you want to just.
And you have to watch these 2 because they'll team up against you. So I said, okay, now hold on. Now you go first this time. No, don't look at her. No, you tell me which song you like, Mama. I'll write it down. I started making them write it down because they were born on the same day.
Really?
I had no idea when I met her. She's born on the same day as my mother, so go figure, you know.
Well, that's trouble right there.
I didn't say
I think
that.
that's trouble right there. I can say it. I think that's trouble right there.
I think he did too. Because when we first met and he said he was going to go and celebrate his mama's birthday, I said, well, that's so nice. When's her birthday? And he said, January 25th. And I said, oh my goodness, that's my birthday. And there was this really long silence. I think he was thinking, oh no. Is she going to be? We have a reputation for being maybe.
So when you're not writing songs, what do you do?
Well, we're remodeling our kitchen. I just tore a big
handyman around the
12-foot
house.
wall down, and build an arch instead. We've got a big arch now. We're putting all new cabinets in and repainting and crown molding. We're going to do the floors, so everything.
So that's got you pretty busy there too. So.
Yeah, I stay busy. pretty much.
And Joanne, what do you do in Jacksonville there?
Well, currently I'm trying to manage Jackson, and I've determined that is definitely a full-time job.
Full-time job?
Full-time job. But it's fun. It's fun.
Well, I think I'm a full-time job over here, but I don't know if Michelle has fun with it or not. She does more rolling of her eyes going, oh, my God, what's wrong with this guy? So.
Well, it's unmanageable. Like, you guys have a lot going on, and so there's a lot to, keep track of, and he's being creative as you are, too. He'll disappear sometime, like, be in the middle of hammering something, and then all of a sudden it's like, where'd he go? And he's out playing the guitar because he's got an idea.
Yeah.
Or he's thinking about some lyrics.
Yeah.
So the kitchen may take a couple of years, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, that's,
We get
I'm not a handyman type. I'm not. I used to be back in the day, but I've grown out of that. Anymore, I'm just like, we'll just hire somebody to do that.
He enjoys it. He loves it.
Yeah.
We like saving the money too. It's fun to. I mean, oh my God, we first thing when I moved in, she said, "Those windows, should I replace those windows?" It was a gable in, bay window, based on the back with the pond and all. I said, "No, we need to take those crappy windows out and put a French door there." She said, "Oh yeah," and I was just like saying, I said, next thing you know, we went and got a French door. I took the windows out. We got a French door there now, and that just inspired us to just do the rest of the kitchen. So
yeah, no, it's where we live here. I mean, there are things. It's like, man, if I owned this house, what we could do, and what we would want to do, and
exactly.
In the place we used to live at in Albuquerque, I mean, we did a lot of changes to that. But since I've moved here, I got rid of all my toys and things I used to have, and I'm just like, I just putz around with little stuff anymore. The RV keeps me busy enough, trying to keep that damn thing running and on the road and everything. So it's always something.
We do a lot of gardening, a lot of yard work and flower pot plants and stuff in our backyard, and not those little funny ones, but
Well, I used to do that. I used to put all kinds of garden stuff out there until next thing you know, the damn iguanas started.
Oh, we saw a huge iguana at the campground.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're everywhere.
Probably about 4 foot.
You can hear them go across a roof sometimes.
Yeah.
So you're just like, you're crazy. So, all right. Well, I want to get to some more music. Bob Bitchin says you should do a single with that song. So, I mean, you got people out there listening. They're going, I think you should do a single. So.
Oh, single with the song.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that, Bob.
So anyway, I want to get to some more music here, and let me see. My little mouse just isn't working here. We're going to get to some more music, and hey, this next song is the Shanty Hounds, everybody, and I haven't played some Shanty Hounds.
Danny Hoy.
Danny Hoy and Key West Chris.
Key West's own.
I was talking to Danny Hoy earlier today. She's getting contacts. First time ever.
Ooh.
Nice.
And she wasn't like putting them in. I was like, I'll never do that. I can't touch my eyeball. I was like, I can't do it, but putting contacts in, not doing it.
Me neither. I couldn't.
Nope.
No way in the world.
We're going to get to some Shanty Hounds, a few more songs. We're going to come back here shortly and find out what the heck is going on, everybody. Thanks for tuning in tonight. I appreciate everybody. Don't forget those thumbs up on YouTube if you're listening and watching us on there. This is Michelle's favorite. The beach, everybody. Let's go to the beach. On Tiki Man Radio.
It's a sunny day and I'm on my way, and I love to feel the heat. See palm trees and coconuts, get the sand in my feet. And life just don't get better all the while. Carpet diem sees the day. far. Who needs a car? This is island time. This is my beat. And on the street out from the breach, well, the fries cooking in that summer heat. Now don't stand by the window on that phone and be talking. Get off of that computer and be on my way. Time's a waste and life's too precious. Better start walking. Out the door, get on my bike, be on my way. The sun. You know, I worked all week and paid my dues. Don't you think I deserve just a little fun? Yeah, I'm heading to the beach. I'll take my time, no, 'cause I don't need to run. And everyone on the beach wears a smile and the good times have begun. Now don't stand by the window on that phone and be talking. Get off of that computer and be on my way. Time's a waste and life's too precious. Better start walking. Out the door, get on my bike, be on my way.
All right. It's time to go to the beach. Is hot. Yeah, that sun is shining, we're all smiling. Oh yeah, what a treat. You know, that sun beats down, let's jump in the water, you bet. Hey, we're at the beach. Water's fine. That's right. Let's have another cerveza. And life just don't get better all the while. Heartbeat Dim sees the day. Sees my town, my suntan lotion, going down the ocean, gonna lay out on the beach, a cold drink in my hand, I'm laying in the sand. I love the beach, I love the beach, love the beach. Woo! Everybody, let's go to the beach. Put on your bikini and your thong. Jump in the water. Thank you. The beach. Nice hat. Thank you.
As the son of a sailor, I went out on the sea for adventure, expanding the view of the captain and crew, like a man just released from indenture. As a dreamer of dreams and a traveling man, I've talked up many a mile, read dozens of books about heroes and crooks, and I learned much from both of their styles. Son of a son, son of a son, son of a son of a sailor, son of a gun, load the last ton, one step ahead of the jailer.
Now way in the near future, southeast of disorder, you can shake the hand of the mango man as he greets you at the border.
a trip back in time with Jukebox Saturday mornings. Every Saturday, starting when you get up, Buttercup. Tiki Man Radio opens up the massive archives of the radio station and takes you back to that old shaggy music. Jukebox Saturdays, only on Tiki Man Radio.
Hey, this is Teresa Arnold, bass player with Tim Campbell and the Tropical Attitudes Band, and I love tuning into Coastal Confessions every Friday night from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Island Time on Tiki Man Radio. And now, back to B-Man and Michelle.
Hey, thank you very much, Teresa Arnold. We so love you so very, very much. She is an awesome bass player. And hey, don't forget Jukebox Saturday morning starting at midnight tonight, everybody. So don't forget to tune in on that. I love it. I always say my favorite part about that is all those Paul Harvey. Good day. I love that. And it's so damn cool. So let me see here. Let me catch up with some of the people listening tonight. Bob Bitchin, I remember when Chris posted a picture of the espresso machine mess. The crowns were on the ceiling and cabinets. Yes, they were, Bob Smith. It was the craziest thing. Oh, my God, that was nuts. Yes, I remember seeing that. And then Bob says, I told him he needs to write a song called The Exploding Espresso Machine. Yes, I'm sure. Or The Mess on the Ceiling. I want a title of the song for something. The Mess on the Ceiling, and talk about how that mess on the ceiling, or The Exploding Espresso Machine. But yes, I totally agree. That was so damn funny. We're going to run into another live song, you guys. Jackson had asked me, but when we went into the other music, he was like, "You want to play another song?" I'm like, "Hell yeah! If you want to play another song, I'm all about it." Yes, Maureen, I need you to do another promo. So please do a promo for me. And anybody else who wants to do a promo and want to send it to me, I will add it in the show. If you want ideas, send me a message. I'll tell you what to do. I love when we get people like Teresa or Michelle Myers and so many others, Mo, bringing us back to the show, because I like the fact that you guys are part of my listenership and we want to make you a part of our show. So, yes. So let's talk about more and more of that kind of stuff. I think.
Yes, I'm ready. You're ready. I am so ready.
Are you gonna play that song, or you want to?
Song, but I got to talk about it first.
All right. Well, let's get you. You're on. So, all right. All right, Jackson.
All right, I'm going to play you another song that is not released. And this might be my next single.
Okay.
But anyway, this song is called "The Trop Rock A Dance."
Trop Rock A Dance.
There's a dance that goes with it. So we created this dance that goes with it. And
well, before you get to that, I got to mention this. We were in Atlanta, Georgia, some years ago when we were doing we used to go out in the RV and we used to go do house concerts and stuff. Right. And we stopped. It was at the Ugly Duck Bar. Is that right, Michelle? Ugly Duck Bar? Ugly Duck Dive Bar in Atlanta, Georgia. It was kind of up around Marietta area for the Parrot Heads.
Yeah.
And when we started playing, Michelle, what was the name of that damn boat song? If I Had a Boat.
If I Had a Boat.
And we started playing that If I Had a Boat, and they are out there. All of them were like doing all the mimicking of certain things, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? Yeah, they have like had a pony, and you see them like riding their pony, and I'm just like, what the hell is going on here? But
that's pretty good.
It was the coolest thing. So get your guitar. I'm going to fix that camera so they can see you just little bit better.
Well, yeah, because I want them to see this dance before I start, because I'm going to challenge everybody out there to try to stand up, especially if you've been drinking adult beverages, and do this dance while I'm playing. So the first thing is you stand up, you put your feet together, and you slightly bend your knees like a palm tree swaying in stormy weather. Do you know what I'm talking about?
This sounds like something out of yoga.
Check it out. Wow. Watch my legs. I got to show you.
All right, wait. Get more over
here.
here.
You got to see this idiot. Where am I at? Over here.
All right, so he is,
here we go.
For those who are not on YouTube, he's showing us dance.
This is the dance, okay? And you're going to say, oh, hell, I can do that. When you're drinking, you can't do this. I'm telling you, but you bend your knees, and then you just do your knees like this. It looks simple so far.
Bend and sway. All right.
You should see this.
Bend and sway it, man. Bend
Okay,
and
it's like
sway
a
it.
palm tree and stormy weather. But then you got to snap your fingers one at a time at the same time while you're doing this. Now, if you're trying to hold a drink and doing this, you're going to fall on your face.
This is like a new parrot head yoga you got going on here.
But, you know. Okay, so I'm going to play the song now. It's called The Trop Rock. A dance.
It's called the Trop Rock and Dance, so he's going to play this song.
It's a new release. I mean, it's not a release.
He hasn't released this yet, but
I don't think I've ever played this for anyone but Joanne.
so you remember the old 45s? You would have the A side,
yeah.
which is song. So the song you played earlier, that'd be the A side, and this would be the B side.
This is the B side. This might be the C side.
I think you're good.
C side.
Hey, whenever you're ready, man.
Okay, the Trop Rock, a dance. Is this live, really?
We are live.
Here we go. Stand up, put your feet together, bend your knees like a palm tree swaying in some stormy weather. Snap your fingers way up high, just one arm at a time, in a continuous trop Americana funk to make you feel better. Talking about the trop rock, moving to a steel drum beat, dancing to some trop rock music, yeah, just grooving in the summertime heat. Well, I took an early notion just to ride down to the ocean. Now I'm moving in slow motion, it seems, down here doing the trop rock, slow trocking by the sea. Truck rocking by the sea, yeah. Well, I'm here on a mission. I ain't playing golf or fishing, so it's time to let the research begin. I brought a case full of data, annotator, alligator, sweet tomato, if I see you again. So make your way to the ocean where we do it in slow motion, cause you really need to check out this sound. Shift on down in the low, look, you're moving so slow, we can barely see you moving around now, yeah. Now you're doing the trop rock, yeah. Moving to a steel drum beat, dancing to some trop rock music, yeah, just moving in the summertime heat, yeah. Well, I took an early notion just to ride down to the ocean. Now I'm moving in slow motion, it seems, down here doing the trop rock, slow rocking by the sea. I'm trop rocking by the sea, dark rocking by the sea, trop rocking by the sea. No, not yet. That's it, Brian.
There you go. Jackson Turner, everybody. What's the name of that song again?
The Trop Rock, a dance.
Trop Rock Dance. JoJo Fish is like, that's a great song.
Thanks, girl.
You got Bob Bitchin says, funky, I love it. So that is awesome, man.
Good deal.
I don't know. That might be another A-sider there. You got to find some others to put on the B side.
Brian Fields told me I can only release singles now.
There you go. Bob says, keep it as is, no other instruments needed, maybe bass.
That is fine. I like that.
Yeah.
No instruments, just bass, huh?
There you go. Well, guys, we're going to get to some more music. We're going to close the show out here shortly. Bob says it has to be acoustic. So it has to be acoustic. So Bob, we appreciate those insights. These are things that us as musicians like to hear because, sometimes we hear things a little bit differently. And is it going up there? Oh, you got to take. Very cool. Well, hey, guys, I so appreciate having Joanne here, Jackson here. Appreciate it. Thank you so very much.
I've been waiting 6 years to meet you guys.
Well, seriously, when you kept saying that, I was like,
y'all have influenced me. And
get up to that mic.
So good. You made influence me and influence my music. Everybody. I listen to everybody in trop rock. I know everybody's music. And
well, I'm flattered. Thank you.
Guys,
I never look at it that way.
I've been digging on y'all for 6 years, and you've got me through some time. And I read your reviews. People know what they're talking about. It's good stuff.
Well, thank you. I don't.
We feel like we're in Key West, because of you guys.
Well, that's why that's why we do it. Yeah, it's probably the easiest way to say this is. I guess to try to say we're genuine.
Oh yeah.
We're there and
living the life.
And I've had some really. It's interesting. Because a lot of people. You got me through COVID, and the one thing I'll say is when COVID started to open back up, after the COVID things were opening up, and we'd be sitting there at the whiskey place, and there would actually be people in the background just watching us. And I don't know. I just figured they're like, Joe Tours come down here or something, walk in and hang out. But when they would sit there and go, it was you guys that got me through COVID. It was you guys that got me through the death of my wife during COVID. And then when I was sick, those stories just, to me, sometimes maybe it's mentally overwhelming. You're just kind of like, wow, I never thought we were just doing our thing.
It's so confound how.
Get up on that mic.
It's so confound how, how much weight music can hold and what it can do. That's why I'm a songwriter. I'm just tell you, I want to change the world. I want people to feel the joy that I feel about the things that I like to write about, because I think that those things transpose into other aspects of our life, and they're important to know.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. Let me see. I got some other people here. Yeah, Mo, you're right. She goes, except to thank you, Brian, you're awesome. I do appreciate hearing that kind of stuff. I guess I don't want to be too overwhelmed by. We just do what we do, and we have such great friends out there that follow what we do, and we appreciate it. And when you were telling me when I first was talking to you, and we were watching you doing your show, and I'm like, wow, it just never thought about it, and. We just get so used to doing what we do, and we meet so many cool people down here. We met you guys finally, and it's cool. Yeah. It really is.
I don't think a lot of people know that I also have my own radio show on another trop rock radio station. It's an environmental show, and once in a great while, someone will tell me something about Sean. You never know who's listening. It's great to hear feedback from other people. That you're making a difference.
Well, it is. I go back just, me personally, I just do my thing.
Exactly.
And I've always done that, even when I was in the military, we've done a lot of, I just do my thing,
I gotta be honest with you, and I think you feel the same way. If we didn't play relevant music to what we're talking about, I don't even know if I'd want to do it if music wasn't involved in it. I don't think I'd want my own radio show and talk about the environment so much. Maybe, but would it be as fun, if you didn't play backup songs that kind of try to teach people what you're talking? I'm talking about global warming. Who wants to hear about that? So I try to play relevant music so people can remember what I was talking about, and stuff. So
I totally get it. We have a friend, I started a program down here called Plogging the Keys, and you might have listened to us sometimes talk about that. But, when our friend, Sweet Harriet, she wrote a song called Walking Pickin' Ploggers. And a lot of people got a kick out of that, and could relate to, the way she wrote the song and what we're doing as we're out there, we're picking up trash and recycle and, take care of the environment and things like that. Mm-hmm. So that was fun when she put together, and we've used that in a lot of things we've done with the city and with other things just to kind of highlight what we do. So I want to get to some more music to get ready to close the night out, and then so we can sit here and chat with you guys afterwards and figure out what else we got to talk.
We got an after party.
We got we'll be in the green room, everybody, and again, thank you so much, Maureen. I appreciate each and every one of you who tune into our show each week and watch what we do. I want to get to some closing music here. I'm trying to decide what do I want to play. I'm going to play a Mac and Alley. We'll come back and close it out with Jimmy Buffett like I do darn near every week. So a little Mac and Alley.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's why they call it falling, everybody. That's why they call it falling. Mac will tell you all about it. Email Joe's Coast Confessions Radio, Tiki Man Radio.
Face down, like I'm drunk, but I am sober. Coming round to the notion that it's over. Put my optimistic nature to the test. I keep on hoping for the best. Yes, I do. And that's why they call it falling. It's my calling. I go all in every time. And the sound a heart makes breaking marks the things that get mistaken for a sign. I'm a sucker for the feeling. Every new love is that true love so divine. And the fact we try again, even when we end up on the floor and crawling. Well, that's why they call it falling. Fat chance. Life is short and getting faster. Last dance. It's already danced unless you ask her. But the tiniest of reasons to believe lights me up like Christmas Eve. Yes, it does. And that's why they call it falling. It's my calling. I go all in every time. And the sound a heart makes breaking marks the things that get mistaken for a sign. I'm a sucker for the feeling. Every new love is that true love so divine. And the fact we try again, even when we end up on the floor and crawling. Well, that's why they call it falling. Yeah, the fact we try again, even when we end up on the floor and crawling. Well, that's why they call it falling.
Oh, yeah.
Ladies and gentle dudes, thanks for listening to B-Man and Michelle's Coastal Confessions on Tiki Man Radio, your coastal Americana music station.
Hey,
back to the show.
Everybody, we so appreciate everybody who's tuned in here. Let me get to my camera. There we go. All right. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us. Let me get Jackson in here. There's Jackson. There's the ladies over there on the couch. Hello, ladies. Closing out the evening here. Appreciate everybody who has tuned in with us tonight. Thank you so very much. It's good to be back on the radio after being off for the last 2 weeks. We'll be back again here next Friday doing our thing. So, Jackson, thank you for coming in. We appreciate it.
You are certainly welcome.
And
love to be here.
It was amazing having you on the show and having Joanne with you and being a part of what we're doing here. And, of course, Michelle over there on the couch, everybody. Let's get back to me. We're going to get to one more song, close the night out, and then don't go anywhere because you know how I close the show out every Friday on Tiki Man Radio show. So don't miss out. A little bit of Jimmy Buffett. Survive, everybody, because we will survive. And I love this song. Thanks, everybody. Don't go anywhere.
We will survive.
I'll play the stereo loud when I'm away from the maddening crowd, smoking, joking, clowns we all are. Sometimes I gotta get real ill.
That's what I'm saying.
when I receive my monthly telephone bill. But you said I'll pay it, 'cause it just helps me to survive. Stay alive till we see you again.
But there are times.
Survive. Stay alive.
That's the song.
Can't see where it ends.
But they find a way in that song.
Clouds lift
into something else.
and there are mountains below. It's been a while since I've seen any snow. It's so chilling, so thrilling, so good to be back. Feels nice to be home for a while. Let's sip champagne till we break in the smile. We'll go dancing, romancing, 'cause you're the reason I survived. Stay alive.
That was the last
through
song
the thick and the thin.
I decided to name that CD.
Survive.
That's how it all worked out. But I had listened to Radio Margaritaville.
When will it all end?
2 days in a row, I heard a Sight song. Love to Ride. And I'm like,
yes, my bags are unpacked, 'cause I've got to go back and play. But I know we'll all survive. Stay alive through the thick and the thin.
and Keith is like,
Stay alive.
and I'm like, are you cool with that?
Till we
Like,
see you again.
He said that was a
And we
really
will.
cool song.
Thank you, North Carolina.
I appreciate him doing that. I really appreciate it.
Help each other get back to where you were. We love you. Thank you.
Thanks everybody for hanging out. B-Man and Michelle. Tuesday on the Island. Listen to me. Tuesday on the Island. How about Coastal Confession with B-Man and Michelle here on Tiki Man Radio on a Friday night. Thank you guys so much. We so appreciate each and every one of you. And like I close the show out every week.
Y'all come back now. You hear?
Y'all come back now. We'll be back here next Friday doing it all over again. And we appreciate each and every one of you. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Don't forget, Tuesday on the Island is coming Tuesday with B-Man and Michelle. We'll see you guys. Take care and have a good one.